Thank you, Neeta. Thank you, Isha and Akash. Let us give a standing ovation to each and every member of Team Reliance for their exemplary commitment, devotion, and resolve, for going beyond the call of duty in serving the society in its hour of greatest need. I indeed feel immense pride in leading such a team that combines excellence with empathy. My dear shareholders, I now turn to the business and financial performance of your company for the year 2020-2021. I am happy to report that even in a challenging environment, your company's performance continued to be outstanding. Our consolidated revenue was nearly 5,40,000 crores, with a sharp increase from our consumer business. Our consolidated EBITDA was nearly 98,000 crores, and almost 50% of the EBITDA was contributed by consumer businesses. One of these consumer businesses, retail, is only about a decade old. The other business, Jio, is also only 5 years old. Our net profit for the year was 53,739 crores, higher by 34.8% compared to the previous year. Despite the pandemic, we increased our dividends this year. Dear friends, as India's largest business enterprise, Reliance's contribution to the Indian economy continues to remain unmatched. At 1,45,143 crores, we continue to be India's largest exporter, accounting for 6.8% of India's total merchandise exports to over 107 countries. Even in this challenging environment, Reliance added nearly 75,000 new jobs in the past year. We are committed to creating and enabling large-scale employment opportunities, which is one of India's most urgent national tasks. We continue to be India's highest payer of customs and excise duty in the private sector, with payments of 21,044 crores. We are amongst the highest payers of GST and VAT at 85,306 crores. We are also amongst the highest payers of income tax in the private sector, paying 3,213 crores. For the financial year 2021, Reliance successfully carried out the largest ever capital raise by any company globally in a year, notwithstanding the COVID challenges. The capital raises exceeded 3,24,432 crores, that is $44.4 billion through equity in Jio platforms and retail, rights issue, and asset monetization. The investors included some of the best and marquee names across the world, across sovereign wealth funds and private equity. This capital raise is a strong vote of confidence by the global investors in India's growth potential. It reflects their faith in the ability of your company's management to execute ambitious projects and long-term value creation plans. We also rewarded the shareholders with the largest and the most successful rights issue ever by an Indian company. I'm really delighted that our retail shareholders have made 4x returns in just 1 year on their rights issues. All of these helped Reliance achieve a net debt-free balance sheet much ahead of March 2021, a promise I had made to you 2 years ago. Dear friends, let me now talk about the performance of the individual businesses. Jio Platforms is the leading digital company in India, with leadership in wireless connectivity and unmatched suite of apps and platforms. The consolidated revenues in the past year were 86,493 crores, with an EBITDA of 32,359 crores. We had a net addition of 37.9 million subscribers during the year. We now serve over 425 million consumers on our network. We have revenue leadership in 19 out of 22 circles. Reliance Retail continues to be the undisputed leader in organized retail in the country, with a scale that is more than 6 times the next competitor. Despite a challenging year, retail had revenues of 1,53,818 crores and an EBITDA of 9,842 crores. We are by far the leader in each category: grocery, electronics, and apparel. Our O2C business faced unprecedented challenges as the beginning of the year was marked by severe economic contraction, leading to demand destruction and supply chain dislocations. We focused on safe operations of all our facilities. We were probably the only company globally that operated its facilities at near full capacity and was profitable in every quarter. Our consolidated revenues during the year were 320,008 crores with an EBITDA of 38,170 crores. We managed to maintain EBITDA margin at 11.9% despite volatility in both feedstock and product prices. We operationalized the JV with BP in fuel retailing, using technology and innovation to deliver new customer value. The demand and the margin environment for petrochemicals has recovered to pre-COVID levels by March. I am confident that our O2C business will benefit from the strong global growth environment. As an important part of this vision of achieving accelerated growth, we look forward to welcoming Saudi Aramco as a strategic partner in our O2C business. Despite several challenges due to COVID-19, we have made substantial progress in the past year in our discussions. These discussions have been held in the spirit of mutual commitment to convert a long-standing relationship into a perpetual partnership. This continued engagement and resolve from both sides, even during this pandemic, is a testimony of the strong relationship between Saudi Aramco and Reliance. I expect our partnership to be formalized in an expeditious manner during this year. In our E&P business, BP and Reliance commenced production in KG-D6 basin. Our joint venture brought 2 of the 3 toughest deep water gas projects to production. This has been accomplished in a record time and set a new global benchmark for capital costs. We are now on course to bring the 3rd deep water MJ field on stream in the last quarter of 2022. Together, we will produce 30 million cubic meters per day of gas by 2023. This will establish Reliance again as one of the largest domestic producers of gas in India, meeting 20% of India's gas demand. E&P will again be a source of significant value and sustained earnings growth over the next decade. Dear shareholders, today I am happy to inform you about a change in the board of Reliance Industries Limited. Shri Y.P. Trivedi has expressed his desire to retire from the board. It is my duty to place on record our sincerest thanks to Shri Y.P. Trivedi. He joined our board at the request of our founder chairman, Dhirubhai Ambani, in 1992. On behalf of the entire board and the shareholders, I would like to thank him from the bottom of my heart for all his wise counsel and sage advice for nearly 30 years. YP Uncle, we wish you continued good health and happiness. You are now 92 years young. May God bless you to become a Satayushi, a centurion, and all of us in your Reliance family will celebrate that day together. I am delighted and privileged to welcome His Excellency Yasir Al Rumayyan, Chairman of Saudi Aramco and the Governor of the Public Investment Fund, to join the board of Reliance Industries Limited as an independent director. He is one of the most renowned names in energy, finance, and technology globally. I am sure that we will immensely benefit from his rich experience of running one of the world's largest companies and also one of the largest sovereign wealth funds in the world. His joining our board is also the beginning of internationalization of Reliance. You will hear more about our international plans in the times to come. Dear shareholders, last year I had shared with you our vision to create the next big value creation engine for Reliance and India, our new energy and new materials business. I had also announced our 15-year commitment to become net carbon zero by 2035. Today, I am happy to present to you our ambitious strategy and roadmap for implementing this vision. The world is entering a new energy era which is going to be highly disruptive. The age of fossil fuels, which powered economic growth globally for nearly 3 centuries, cannot continue much longer. The huge quantities of carbon it has emitted into the environment have endangered life on Earth. Our world has only one option: a rapid transition to a new era of green, clean, and renewable energy. The COVID pandemic has further put the climate issue in the crisis bucket. Therefore, the global new energy agenda needs to move from dialogue to action, from commitment to urgent implementation on the ground. In reality, it is not enough to be carbon neutral. The world needs to achieve absolute reductions in emissions as soon as possible. Last month, the International Energy Agency, for the first time, presented a concrete global roadmap for the energy sector to remove all emissions by 2050. The roadmap calls for annual additions of solar photovoltaic to increase global solar capacity from 737 gigawatts in 2020 to about 5,000 gigawatts by the end of 2030. While this clean energy transition is a global imperative, it is important for India and other developing nations for another reason. India is experiencing an explosion of aspirations. India's GDP per capita is around $2,000, while the world average is around $12,000. India's power consumption per capita is at present only 1/3 of the global power consumption. This wealth disparity and energy disparity is unacceptable. Further, the health, well-being, and quality of life of every human being is in peril because of the polluted environment. The only answer to these problems lies in sustainable and equitable development in India and globally. How do we increase our energy production while drastically reducing our carbon emissions content? How do we meet India's growing energy needs through domestic sources of energy and not by importing carbon-intensive fuels? How do we do so in a self-reliant and affordable way which benefits 1.35 billion Indians? These are the challenges we face. I firmly believe that India can, India must, and India will meet these challenges. Friends, today I would like to make 3 affirmations. First, as one of the biggest energy markets in the world, India will play a leading role in transforming the global energy landscape. Second, as a company always focused on growing businesses of the future, Reliance will provide leadership on the combined strength of our balance sheet, talent, technology, and proven project execution capabilities. Third, Reliance will make its new energy business a truly global business. In 2016, we launched Jio with the aim of bridging the digital divide in India. Now, in 2021, we are launching our new energy business with the aim of bridging the green energy divide in India and globally. And we will do it like we have always done, by getting our first principles right. First, through hyper-integration, by integrating scientific knowledge with continuous technological innovation to build and operate truly integrated systems that deliver hyper-performance. Second, with a robust business model, by building a model that catches the irreversible upward curve in the demand for green, clean, and renewable energy in India and globally, and the downward curve in the cost of their production. Third, by scale, by improving the efficiency, performance, and life cycle of our assets and operations to achieve total system optimization and economics. Friends, I have no doubt that world-class talent will be the most critical resource for this new business. We have begun the process of attracting the best talent from across the world and put into place various key initiatives. We have established the Reliance New Energy Council with some of the finest minds globally. They will help us validate our strategies and embrace disruptive pathways to achieve our goals. We are creating a coalition of partnership with leading global universities, best technology companies, and the most promising startups in USA, Europe, Australia, and Asia. In addition, we shall leverage our existing strengths and capabilities in digitization and platforms and large-scale manufacturing. Dear shareholders, I am happy to inform you that we have started work on developing the Dhirubhai Ambani Green Energy Giga Complex on 5,000 acres in Jamnagar. It will be amongst the largest such integrated renewable energy manufacturing facilities in the world. Jamnagar was the cradle of our old energy business. Jamnagar will also be the cradle of our new energy business. Allow me to take you through our three-part plan. The first part of our plan is to build 4 gigafactories. These will manufacture and fully integrate all the critical components of the new energy ecosystem. 1, for the production of solar energy, we will build an integrated solar photovoltaic module factory. 2, for the storage of intermittent energy, we will build an advanced energy storage battery factory. 3, for the production of green hydrogen, we will build an electrolyzer factory. 4, for converting hydrogen into mobile and stationary power, we will build a fuel cell factory. Over the next 3 years, we will invest over 60,000 crores in these initiatives. Reliance will thus create and offer a fully integrated end-to-end renewable energy ecosystem. Friends, allow me to explain each of these facilities in some more detail. Our first integrated solar photovoltaic gigafactory will create solar energy. We will start with raw silica and convert this to polysilicon, which we will then convert to ingot and wafers. These wafers would be used to make high-efficiency solar cells and finally assembled into solar modules of the highest quality and durability. We will target to achieve costs that are lowest in the world to ensure affordability of our solar modules. We are highly inspired by the goal set by our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, for India to achieve 450 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity by 2030. Out of this, I am pleased to announce today that Reliance will establish and enable at least 100 gigawatts of solar energy by 2030. A significant part of this will come from rooftop solar and decentralized solar installations in our rural areas. These will bring enormous benefits and prosperity to rural India. Solar energy is available only during the day, while power is needed round the clock. Therefore, storage is an important piece of the puzzle to solve. For this, we will launch our second initiative, an advanced energy storage gigafactory. We are exploring new and advanced electrochemical technologies that can be used for such large-scale grid batteries to store the energy that we will create. We will collaborate with global leaders in battery technology to achieve the highest reliability for round-the-clock power availability through a combination of generation, storage, and grid connectivity. Besides electricity, green hydrogen will be a unique energy vector that can enable deep decarbonization of many sectors such as transportation, industry, and power. One of the most common methods of generating green hydrogen is by electrolysis of pure water through electrolyzers. This brings me to our third initiative, an electrolyzer gigafactory to manufacture modular electrolyzers of highest efficiency and the lowest capital cost. These can be used for captive production of green hydrogen for domestic use as well as for global sale. And finally, our fourth initiative will be the fuel cell gigafactory. A fuel cell uses oxygen from the air and hydrogen to generate electricity. The only emission of this process is non-polluting water vapor. In the new era, fuel cells will progressively replace internal combustion engines. Fuel cell engines can power automobiles, trucks, and buses. They can also be used in stationary applications for powering data centers, telecom towers, emergency generators, microgrids, and industrial equipment. This brings me to the second part of our plan, providing infrastructure and materials to support the 4 gigafactories. Our Jamnagar complex will provide infrastructure and utilities to manufacture ancillary material and equipment needed to support these gigafactories so that all critical materials are available in time. We will also support independent manufacturers with the right capabilities to be part of this nationwide ecosystem. We will invest an additional 15,000 crores in value chain partnerships and future technologies, including upstream and downstream industries. Thus, our overall initial investment from our own internal resources in the new energy business will be 75,000 crores in the next 3 years. Now let me take you through the third part of our plant. Over the years, Reliance has developed significant engineering, project management, and construction capabilities combining physical and digital technologies. We will repurpose these capabilities along with major international organizations to execute and deliver world-scale renewable energy solutions. We will build 2 additional divisions to further strengthen this ecosystem. First, a dedicated renewable energy project management and construction division, and second, a dedicated renewable energy project finance division. The project management and construction division will provide end-to-end solutions for large renewable plants across the world. It will enable and partner with thousands of green MSME entrepreneurs who can deploy kilowatt to megawatt scale solutions in agriculture, industry, residences, and transportation. The Project Finance Division will provide finance solutions to stakeholders in our ecosystem. We will achieve our goals by enabling a platform to source long-term global capital for these investments at the most attractive terms. We will seek support from our relationship banks and global green funds for this purpose. Simultaneously, we will also facilitate a platform to provide financing for the entire ecosystem of small businesses and entrepreneurs who invest alongside with us. All of these three parts together constitute our architecture for India's decentralized green economy. Over a period of time, it will generate millions of new and high-value job opportunities for our youth. With these new initiatives, Reliance will put Gujarat and India on the world's solar and hydrogen map. All our products will proudly claim made in India, by India, for India, and for the world. This will be Reliance's yet another big contribution to our Prime Minister's clarion call of Atmanirbhar Bharat. I am certain that India will present to the world a template of a green economy movement which will truly be a people's movement. Solar power is the primary source of energy for our planet. Surya Dev has blessed India with almost limitless sunlight. I envision a future when our country will be transformed from a large importer of fossil energy to a large exporter of clean solar energy solutions. Dear friends, Reliance is also evolving a vision for new materials and green chemicals. We will kickstart this by strategically investing in India's first world-scale carbon fiber plant for supporting our hydrogen and solar ecosystems. You will hear more about this in the future. Friends, our new energy vision also has immense benefits for our existing O2C business. Allow me to take you through these. First, we will use solar energy on an economically attractive basis to decarbonize our existing O2C business and accelerate our journey to become net carbon zero. Second, we will use green hydrogen and carbon dioxide as raw materials to develop a roadmap for new green chemicals, green fertilizers, and e-fuels. Third, we will commercialize with global partners our own world-beating proprietary multi-zone catalytic cracking technology to optimize the fossil fuel transition to sustainable chemical and material building blocks. Thus, we will transform our legacy business into a sustainable, circular, and net zero carbon materials business. One that will provide growing returns for over several decades. And we will do this by repurposing our existing assets to extend their economic life and earning capacity. In doing so, we will have no legacy asset write-down in the coming years. Dear shareholders, this twin execution plan of building a new energy and materials ecosystem and decarbonizing and repurposing our existing O2C business is a multi-decade growth plan for our company. It has the potential to create unprecedented value for India and for Reliance in the coming years. Dear shareholders, new energy and new materials are not merely another business for us. It is our mission to heal the environment. It is an expression of Reliance's commitment that we care for our beautiful and bountiful planet. By implementing our green vision, Reliance will help transition India and the world from an industrial civilization to an ecological civilization. We are repaying our debt of gratitude to Mother Nature. Dear shareholders, let me tell you in all humility that new energy is the most exciting, most challenging, and the